Welcome back. My name's Guy and I'm in the middle of my dining room table build. Today I'm going to show you how to make these cool bent laminated curved rails that are part of the trestle design for the table. Let me show you how I made these. I'm getting ready to start doing the bent laminations for the bottom rail, and I've got a template here. This is full size. I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit closer and you can see what's working here. Well, this is the full size template. I've got the 3-inch legs spaced accordingly, and I've got a center line drawn right here. Now I want the inside radius of this to be 20 3/8 of an inch, but I do have to account for spring back. In other words, after I laminate them together, the pieces, they're going to bow out a little bit. So I want to make that a little bit tighter. And again, 20 3/8 of an inch, I'm going to bring that in a full 1/4 of an inch. So it's going to be 20 1/8 of an inch. So I've got a piece of 3/4 inch MDF here. I'm going to start cutting this up to make the template for the bent laminations. I need 6 of them. That'll give me a 4.5 inch thickness. I'm going to draw these out and cut them out and get to work on this. All right, so now I need to cut this out with my jigsaw. I'm going to stay about a 1/16 of an inch proud of that line. And then I'm going to take a Dremel with my router and true that up so it's perfect. After I've got the master template cut, I'm going to line it up on my center line here. I'm just going to eyeball it. And I'm going to take a pencil. I found my pencil. I'm just going to trace around this. And I'm going to cut it out again on my jigsaw. And I can cut the inside curve right to the line. The outside curve, I want to stay about a 1/16 inch away from that. All right, I've got the 6 semicircles cut out. This is my master, as indicated by the M. I've got the first piece I want to attach to this, and I've got a center line on here. I've carried the center line over the edges, and I just want to line these up as best as I can. Just more than anything else, I want to make sure that I'm able to pattern route the bottom piece here. And then I'm going to put some screws in. I'm not going to use glue on this, because I want to be able to take this apart later. Now I've got this attached, I'm going to take it over the router table and pattern route to the master template. Now I've got the first one cut, I just need to add another one, raise the bit up, so forth and so on until I get 6 layers deep on this. This is the material I'm going to use to make the bent laminations out of. It's a full 1.25 inch thick. I'm really hoping to get 7/8 of an inch thickness out of this. I want to keep those as thick as possible again. But if it ends up being 3/4 of an inch, I've got an extra piece. It may fill in depending on how the grain matches. They're all cut out of the same board. So I've got my bandsaw set up. I've got a nice sharp blade on it. And I'm going to be cutting 5/32 of an inch off of here. Then I'm going to take it back to my joiner, true up that face, and come back and take another slice. Well, I did manage to get 6 pieces of stock from those 1 1/4 inch. I did have an extra piece. I cut some extras. I'd like to get to 7/8 of an inch. I'm going to see how that looks once I get together to make sure I can match the grain. These are all cut out of the same board. So now that I have these done, I'm just going to run them through the drum sander, get them down to 1/8 of an inch thick. I've got all the laminations sanded down. They're a little bit better than 1/8 of an inch. I decided to go with just 6 of them per rail. I'm going to be using Type-On 2 glue. I've got a roller, I've got my glue, and I just need to start gluing these together. If I've got that glue spread out on one side, flip this over, make sure I line up my center mark, and just keep going. So I've got my form clamped down on my bench, got the center line marked up where that's going to go and matched up. I've also got a extra lamination, some packing tape on it that I'm going to be using as a caul. And that's going to go on the front of it. I'm going to clamp here. I'm going to caul on the front. I'm going to start by clamping the center of it. I just need to keep going around the piece like this, working my way out towards the ends. Managed to get this all clamped down, all the joints sealed up very nice and tight. I'm going to let this sit for 24 hours at minimum. There's always times like this when I wish I would have made 2 forms, but I've got the one, and while this is drying, I'll start work on the joinery for the rest of the table. So I've taken the bent lamination out of the form, and I haven't dressed this up yet at all. It still needs to be cut down to final width and jointed smooth. So this is my full-size drawing, and this is what I was trying to accomplish. Now if I match it up on the center line there, I'm still about 3/16, maybe 1/8 of an inch strong on each side. Not a big deal. I'm not married to where it has to be this exact curve. So I'm just going to move it in a little bit and figure out where I need to cut this and go on from there. So that's it for now. Next time I'll work on getting these bent laminations attached to the legs and also the stretcher that runs in between them. As always, if you haven't subscribed, please do so you can see the rest of this build, and thanks for watching.